Welcome to the Power to Love podcast. And this is the beginning of my love word series. I know a lot of people who, when I coach with them, this is one of the topics that we're always going back to: love words, scripting, poetry words. It's foundational when it comes down to being irresistible and leaning back. And because so many people coach on this, I figured this might be a good time to explore just the nuances of it. And it's too long of a format for videos, so I'm going to do it by podcast. So, we're going to talk about, just as a preview, we're going to talk about what to say to him. And on my website, I have a hashtag, what to say to him. And that's about speaking love, tenderness, and that's a whole topic. We'll go into that throughout this series. The next is about feeling your poetry and speaking that. It's making it part of your life day to day. These beautiful feminine words, they're part of what makes you irresistible as a leaning back woman. Then one of the top Rory Ray topics is scripting. And if you don't know, scripting is writing out a string of feeling messages that you could even read to a man if you don't want to memorize it, but it's how you address something. It doesn't have to be an issue or something negative, but it's how you address something to him. And so that you have the right words, we prepare what's called a script. And there are rounds of feeling messages. You begin with a feeling message. He says something, and then you say something. These are the rounds. But the scripting, um, we spend a lot of time scripting when I'm coaching. So we'll touch on that a bit in this series as well. Then there are 5 steps to speaking love. It's art of feminine expression. And this is when you've said something wrong to him sometimes, or how to avoid saying something wrong to him. And the whole concept of, oh, wow, do I have to be careful of what I say all the time? That sucks. So that's a pretty cool topic that we'll go into. Then we're also going to consider that your words keep his attention. Your your words impact his emotional attraction to you. And it's love words that we use while we're leaning back. So, what do you say when you're leaning back? Well, it depends on how you feel, but it's the vocabulary, your love words, your poetry words, your softness, however you want to coin it. You must have a collection of words, and you can't just write them down. It's more about practicing them and seeing what words fit, and I also have my clients stand in front of the mirror and actually speak these words and see what they look like saying the words. What does it feel like? And then there's a test period where you try out the words just throughout the course of your day with everyone, not just in your relationship, and to see if it really expresses your feelings. So you're wondering, are these all positive words? Oh no. There are some nasty words in there, but it has to resonate with you personally and in a feminine way. There are words that may feel real good to your masculine energy, but your feminine energy is so sorry that you said it. So sorry that you put that visual out there. And that takes some practices to go through those words also. And it's not, I know you're thinking this is a huge list of words, but it really isn't. It's more your go-to words. And in a relationship, sometimes you don't know what to say, or sometimes you're overwhelmed with emotions, whether it's anger, upset, or maybe something just bad happened in general and you're overwhelmed. This is a handy dandy bag of tricks where you reach in and there's a word there that's comfortable to you that you can use to express yourself without leaning forward and being masculine and pushing him away or damaging the connection in the relationship. Now, underneath this vocabulary are your feelings. There's a direct connection because these words express your feelings. So it requires a deep dive on what you're feeling. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a separate podcast on that or if I'll just incorporate it where necessary because the feelings work is basically done in coaching. And I really can't do it on the fly like this. It's normally a back and forth, a give and take based on the client's personal feelings and experiences. So I'll incorporate the feelings where I can, but just realize it's very personal and it's based on your individual feelings. So the number one thing that we talk about is speaking your feelings. And a lot of you know this as feeling messages. And people say, what is a feeling messages? What is a feeling message? Look at it this way. Your response makes you attractive, but its tenderness makes you irresistible. So it's the tenderness that you feel that finds its way into your words through your vocabulary that you use as your feminine response. And what makes your feminine vocabulary so important is that you have it available so that you are responding instead of reacting. And this is all a part of leaning back. Leaning back is to receive, to pause, you're processing your feelings on what you've received, and then you respond. The opposite of that is leaning forward, where you're triggered and you react. So, what's the difference between receiving and being triggered? Well, when you're receiving, if that's negative or if it's impacting you in some kind of way, you're going to realize that during the pause. And the goal is to catch it before you're triggered. Because once you're triggered, then you may be caused to lean forward. Or if you've paused and you're actually processing it, then you're going to say, no, 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 I have movement here. I don't have to react to this trigger. And darn you for triggering me. I'm going to lean back. I'm going to step back and then I'm going to walk away. Then I'm going to process this. And woe unto you when I come back with my script. Okay, it's not that rough, but you get the idea. So there's a whole approach to feeling messages, and the bottom line is to know what you're feeling so that you can speak your your truth, your genuine feelings. And this helps you in staying irresistible and keeping that feminine masculine balance that we call leaning back. So I'm looking forward to this. I didn't want to hit you guys with too much today, but I think that you'll enjoy this. So this has been the Power to Love podcast with me, Coach Tatia D. And tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel for part two of the Love Word series. Love words are the words that speak your feelings and your desires. Ciao.